Alrighty people, you may have seen many different character concepts, basically fan-made legend ideas that people want added into the game, or maybe you haven't seen many at all. I have seen so many different character concepts all over the internet. This video today, people will be jam-packed with the very best legend concepts on all of the internet. I'm sure you all will enjoy a lot. But right before I get into that, I'm gonna encourage you to join my Discord server. In there, we have Apex Legends memes you can find people to play with our LFG tabs. And I'm also always posting new face reveal videos in the About Me tab, and I just did that a few days back. Alrighty people, so our very first legend goes by the name of Maverick. All of these legends will have some pretty cool graphics that go with them. His passive, it's called Swift Savior, can carry a downed ally and moves 10% faster in the presence of a downed ally. I think that it would be pretty cool to have a legend that has an ability focused around getting your teammates back up if they get downed. His tactical is called Nano Grenade, tosses a grenade that releases a burst of instant healing in a small radius. This is basically like a splash healing grenade, which is super cool. It would be great if your team is in a gunfight, you could throw a healing grenade to one of your low teammates. His ultimate is called Clash Barricade, throws down a canister that creates a hard light box that enemies can't pass through but allies can. Allies gain a temporary 20% speed boost when exiting the area. So if you can see that little cube in the ultimate ability logo up there, that's basically what it would look like. I think that his first two abilities are really cool, and I would like to see something like that in the game. Our next legend is called Slipstream. The passive is called Hooked Gloves, increased climb speed. We already saw that ability with Revenant, but the next two abilities are just so cool that I just had to include this character. Tactical Wingsuit, utilize a wingsuit to glide from high areas. So this would be super sweet to see, because you could literally get high ground on enemies and actually come swooping through the air and crash the party. Or maybe if you're running away from enemies, if you can get to high ground, you can probably get away from them. I think that would be pretty funny to shoot a guy flying through the air like this. Ultimate Weather Balloon, deploy a balloon that can be used to zipline up and reactivate your jetpack. So his ultimate is basically just deploying a jump tower like the ones we already have in the game. Maybe to balance this ability out, they would have a shorter jump tower so you don't get quite as much distance gained from the ultimate ability. Our next legend goes by the name of Heartbeat. Passive amplified, enemies' footsteps are amplified by 50%. Tactical Stealth, emit no footstep sounds. And his ultimate is a UAV, deploys a UAV that tracks enemies and the team emits no footstep sounds. So I think it would be super sweet to have a stealth character in the game like this. And who knows, this might even attract some audio files to Apex Legends. I think this legend would add a whole new aspect to this game, because even when you don't hear any enemy footsteps or see enemies, you will still have to be on the alert, because this legend could be sneaking up on you. So I think that this legend would make the game a lot more interesting in general. Our next legend goes by the name of Jack Breacher. If you guys have seen any character concepts, I'm guessing you have seen Jack Breacher before. The graphics on this guy look super sweet, and I'm guessing my future self will probably put this in the thumbnail. Anyways, his passive is called Lead Foot, break doors with one kick and stuns enemies. Like, talk about making a dramatic entry there into a gunfight. His tactical is a flashbang, toss a grenade that briefly blinds enemies. We haven't really seen a flashbang in this game yet, and I actually have seen a lot of people just on Twitter in general just like requesting for a flashbang, even in my comment section. Ultimate Battering Ram, charge forward with an unbreakable shield, knocking back and damaging enemies. So this guy, if he would actually be added into the game, he would be really just interesting to deal with in general. He obviously will be a high profile legend like Gibraltar. Our next legend is Gopnik, passive hard bass. While Gopnik uses one of his abilities, hard bass music starts to play in the nearby enemy headphones, making it impossible to hear other sounds like steps or gunshots. Gopnik can hear the music and locate enemy positions. So I think this is a really interesting ability, basically taking away at the sound of the enemies so they cannot hear you. Just keep in mind that this passive will only take effect when he is using one of his other two abilities, and if Respawn would ever have some sort of ability like this in the game, which they probably will not, the balance of this will depend on how loud the sound is in the enemy headphones. Tactical Sameki, for 5 seconds Gopnik eats some of his Sameki sunflower seeds, healing him up to 100 HP. Gopnik is slowed while eating and leaves a trail of Sameki shells. So this is just about the greasiest ability I've ever seen. Literally someone, a legend on the battlefield, could be eating sunflower seeds if they would in fact add this. His ultimate is called Gopnik Shuffle. Gopnik performs a signature Slav dance. While moving forward, he gains increased movement speed and his hitbox is shrinked significantly. significantly. Gopnik may attempt to shoot his guns, but the shots will go in all directions. So this legend does not seem like an Apex Legends themed legend in general, but I think the thought of having an ability where you can actually like put noise into the enemy headphones and then have an ultimate where you're just straight up hard to hit, I think that this is a really interesting idea, and I'm wondering what you guys think about it. Our next legend is Headline. Her passive, directly pinging an enemy, will temporarily reveal what level of armor they're wearing. If they're close, you'll also see what ammo type they're using. I think the idea of directly pinging an enemy, something happens, that's a great idea. Her tactical is called Camera Tick. Activate this to send out a camera tick that travels in a straight line. Reactivate it to temporarily blind enemies. It can also blind you, but not your teammates. So that sounds really sweet. Her ultimate is called Expose. Throw a beacon to call in camera drones that put a spotlight on any enemy outside of a building within a radius. The radius appears on the minimap of all nearby players. So yeah, all of these abilities, I think they're really cool concepts. The next legend goes by the name of Saboins. Passive Nanite Cloud. Syringes and shield cells you use heal twice as much. Whenever you heal yourself, nearby allies gain 50% of the health or shields you recovered. I think that this passive ability would be balanced enough if only when you heal with a shield cell or a syringe, your teammates would also, that are very nearby, would get a shield cell or a syringe worth of health. His tactical is called Unlicensed Anesthetic. Throw a vial that slows your enemies. Direct hits slow the enemy significantly for a short period. If it hits the ground, it instead creates a line of gas that slows anyone who runs through it. His ultimate is called Jumpstart. Fire a limited range adrenaline shot at a downed ally. They regain 50% of their health, which rapidly degenerates. They are downed once their health runs out. So this ability would be super sweet, to where if you're the only guy left in your squad and you're getting pushed by, say, maybe 1 or 2 people, you could low-key hit one of your teammates with this Jumpstart and maybe get a second chance or some reinforcements in the fight for a short period. Our next legend is called Sammy Arc Sword. Melee has increased range and damage 35 and has a 20% chance to slow the enemy when the ultimate is charged. This would be super sweet to have some melee-based legend. Tactical Dash Pack. Dash in any direction using your jetpack. Can hold up to 3 dash charges at the same time. 10-second cooldown for each dash. Ultimate Arc Cloud. Unleash a large plume of electric smoke, damaging any enemies within your immediate vicinity. Effect lasts for 10 seconds. So this legend looks kind of sweet, just the whole little midget ninja kind of based legend. Our next legend is Highrise. Highrise and her teammates' jetpacks do not produce smoke trails. Tapping jump when airborne, while Highrise's tactical is available, will engage gliding thrusters for enhanced aerial movement, which sounds super sweet. I wonder how much you would actually move additionally while in the air from this thrust. The tactical, scrape the sky. Activate to launch yourself vertically. The longer you hold the tactical button, the higher you go up to a limit. When released or max height is achieved, hover in place for 3 seconds. Ultimate Overload. Overload your thrusters, firing a shock wave out from your location. Enemies suffer knockback and aim punch. Also kicks up dirt and dust, creating a disorienting smoke screen. So what's weird, this Highrise legend actually sounds surprisingly similar to Velk that we have leaked in the game's files. We actually do have official animations for Velk. Velk is actually coming pretty soon to the game here, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make another video on it, so I'm not gonna go too into depth with it right now. Our next legend, I think this is a really cool one. His name is Jammer. His tactical is a portable jammer. Drop down or throw jammers to disrupt enemies. His passive is Distorted Vision. Briefly see recently jammed enemies. His ultimate is Radial Disruption. Create a circle around you that follows and disrupts enemies. So basically, his ultimate ability will just be a portable jammer. I'm guessing the majority of you guys have played Call of Duty. They do have jammers in Call of Duty, at least the last time I played. So yeah, this is a very cool legend in my opinion. The next legend is Foxtrot. I really haven't seen this one around on the internet very much. It's just a very small post on Reddit as far as I know. The passive grants the player the ability to double jump. The tactical, Stealth Stepping. All footsteps, jumps, and movements are silent for 30 seconds. The ultimate, Valiant Vixen, can unload unlimited rounds of ammunition for 30 seconds. I think that this concept is insanely cool. I have seen a lot of double jump and stealth abilities around town, and really the originality of this unlimited ammo ultimate ability, like it would be super cool to see even one of these abilities in the game in the future. Our next legend goes by the name of Cooper. Cooper is a playable character from the Titanfall series. His passive is a double jump. His tactical, you can wall run, and his ultimate, it's a stim. You can run 2 times faster and regain 25% health. With Bloodhound's ultimate, Octane's stim, and Bangalore's passive, those all allow you to run 30% faster. So I think if you take those abilities and basically just put into an ultimate with just being focused around running faster and no really other add-ons, I think a double speed ultimate might not be too out of the picture as far as overpoweredness. I think you might have to take that regain 25% health out of it, and that would be a super sweet ability. But yeah, people, I really hope you enjoyed this legend concept video. I will put a link to my Discord in the description. Don't forget to join that. It's a whole lot of fun in there. I'm always in the general chat of my Discord server. But yeah, that'll be about it for me, the Alarmix, and I'll see you guys later.